What's good, y'all? It's your boy MarvelMarko. We are back with TableofM show for episode 3. If you notice the set is different again, that's because I'm out here in Highland Park, Michigan. I also have a special guest who also happens to be my cousin, Ajani. Come on, join us, my boy.
What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on, y'all?
Yo. And if y'all notice, I didn't tell y'all where we at. I'm gonna let Johnny let y'all know exactly where we're at today.
So we in Avalon Village in Highland Park, Michigan. This is our aunt's spot. She bought the entire first 2 blocks of this street, and she's been beautifying it for the last 5 years. So it's a sustainable eco village and we got like houses and shops and stuff for everybody, young and old. Homework house for the kids, where they can come get tutoring, do classes throughout the week, and we do classes for the adults like GED and stuff like that. And then we got the Goddess Marketplace, where women businesses get to come and vend on Saturdays. So if y'all ever in Highland Park, definitely come through 24 Avalon. Check us out.
Yes, sir.
The Avalon Village.
Please come check out my auntie's beautiful village. Man, you know what we gotta talk about. It's the talk of the town, man. X-Men 97, man.
Man, it was crazy.
People are talking about giving Emmys for the voice actors. And shit, man.
Look, in my opinion, it's all well deserved. And after I finished, I was like, this might go down as greatest animated show of all time. I don't know. It got some close competition. You know, Avatar: The Last Airbender exists.
Avatar was hard.
Avatar exists, but this show, like top to bottom, has just been nostalgia, action, drama. It's been crazy.
Nah, it had. I feel like that's probably the best part about it is the nostalgia and what's creating the craze, because usually with these new X-Men shows and widely known characters shows that come out, you'll see the excitement from certain ages, but with this is such a sacred show to so many people.
Because
like
the 90s X-Men was perfect almost.
Man, I got a DJ that I work with on 85 South. He's an X-Men fan. He's a dad, 2 kids. Yeah. Talking about he be excited to come talk to me. Yo, you see that episode last night? Yeah. Gotta bring my boy DJ Filthy Rich up on here, man. Like, but that's the best thing about it is that they're merging ages when it comes to
it's really like a show for all ages.
Yeah.
I've seen the social media has been so crazy. It's been all types of platforms talking about it. People that don't even watch cartoons and stuff been talking about X-Men 97. So that's how you know it's something for real.
You know, it's crazy. I be thinking about like, dang, like I mean, well, I didn't grow up with X-Men. What's the first one? 90.
It was just X-Men animated series.
That's it was X-Men. Okay, well, yeah, but I didn't grow up with that.
Yeah, because that's right before us.
But I be thinking like, dang, these new kids are lucky, so they can watch this, and if they really want to know what happened,
they can go back.
They got a whole series.
They got the whole series on Disney+.
I checked it out a couple times. I still gotta rewatch it because you know they do that thing where it's like one story, one episode. Totally 2 different stories. That the next 2 episodes, then they back to it's like it gets a little confusing.
It can be confusing for sure. But it's I've been a Marvel nerd. Like Marvel like television and movies has been like my main avenue of consuming Marvel content. I didn't really get into comics until I was a little bit older, but that's how I got familiar with all these characters, all the cartoons, X-Men Evolution. Wolverine and X-Men.
What's your introduction to Marvel and X-Men?
My introduction to Marvel was Uncle Mosi bought me that Marvel encyclopedia for my birthday when I was like 10. So I had this big 11 by 12.
But who was the first? Like who caught your eye?
My first character was Wolverine, definitely.
For sure.
Wolverine has been one of my favorite characters for my entire life. It's Deadpool now. Like out of the X-Men, it's Deadpool, Wolverine, and Scarlet Witch. Those are my top 3. Because you can't really get no better than that.
You can't blame me for that. Especially since like we grew up right in the era of No More Mutant Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
so that's actually I can see why Scarlet Witch is your favorite.
I still gotta fully read that story because Wanda's so broken. She's so broken, bro.
Yeah, that's one of them.
But yeah, Wolverine has been was my favorite character for the longest time before I found out about Deadpool. Deadpool is like the perfect Marvel character because he can do everything. He's really unbeatable. He can break the fourth wall because he'll really be out here with us.
Yeah.
He'd be on the couch with TableofM.
Exactly. Like, Deadpool is always a cool character to find out about, especially as a kid, because it's almost like you learn. That's a better teacher of third person than most school teachers.
Than the lessons in English class.
But now I was gonna say, shit, speaking of Wolverine, this was probably the first show. I mean, I don't think they did it with the old animated series either, so they are following the footsteps a little bit. But this is the first time, you know, a lot of folks didn't get to see Wolverine taking over most of the plot.
Yeah, and I actually kind of like that. Like, Wolverine always gonna be Logan is my guy, but he's been in the spotlight for Marvel for so long because of Hugh Jackman and the X-Men series, the movies. When you got a cash cow like that, you got to market on, you got to capitalize on it. So it was, for me watching it at 97, it was really fun to see these other characters that we don't really get to hear about that much, like Rogue and Sunspot and like Cable. Really, we don't get to see too much Cable content.
And you know what's crazy? I'm thinking about it now, like, it kind of got annoying to me on Twitter. I mean, it didn't get annoying because, of course, I'm all for Marvel hype. You know what I'm saying? Hype was, I love to support it. But it was like so much astonishment at some of these folks' powers. I was just like, y'all ain't know that. Y'all ain't know that. But it's like when you have folks who aren't reading the comics, who aren't as well versed with these characters, I realize like that's why they need these shows to really know. Okay, Cyclops is like that. We didn't know Cyclops, but I knew. Most of us were like most of us comics fans were like, okay, so now they finally showing the real Cyclops, the leader of the X, the Charles Xavier first student. You know,
he gonna put it in the caption. But
come on now.
Cyclops in that first episode showing out.
Boy, what that first episode had folks.
Beam slides, tech rolls, and everything. When they came out the plane. The Sentinels hit the plane, and that man said,
the plane
good job, X-Men.
The plane sequence was so fire. I ain't gonna hold you. It was corny too, but it was too fire. It was still fire.
It was really,
because the whole time, like, I'm trying to remember the comics where they just did that. Like, has he ever hopped out of plane just to make the entrance like that? That's a little corny, but it was fire.
I will say this though. That's not the first time I've seen Cyclops do that
in X-Men.
In the X-Men show. If y'all remember X-Men Evolution, when him and Alex went through the evolution machine, they had to get down off of Asteroid M, and that's how they got down.
I gotta rewatch.
Man, that's one of my favorite episodes.
I forgot Asteroid M was in the X-Men Evolution.
Magneto was trying to evolve all the mutants with his machine. And he got Alex and Scott to go through because he had kind of brainwashed Alex. Not really, but he had kind of convinced him like, oh, I'm a good guy.
Right.
And they went through, but once they was falling out the air.
Right.
Scott said, Alex like,
oh nah, I seen that. I knew that. I knew he could use his power to stick a landing. I always knew that. And I love when he takes off his visor and actually shows folks like why he has to wear a visor. That first episode where it was like, where he was like, not,
he was like, oh no, please don't take my visor.
It's like, bro, like, cause I love how they showed. I feel like they showed. It was a great display of
Scott's
character, but and his skill. You know.
Like, he's really the leader for a reason. Even
with certain characters of how Scott works with certain characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see, that's probably my first issue with the series. It's like some characters. Or maybe I gotta watch the old series. So based off the old series, something happens to those characters.
It's a continuation of the original series.
Okay, so where's Iceman?
Iceman only showed up. I think he only showed up once or twice in the original series because he was part of. I want to say it was X-Force because he was on the team with Forge and all them. Okay. It was Forge, Havoc, Polaris, Strong Guy, Iceman, and I think like one or two other.
Oh, okay. So Iceman wasn't a part of the original.
He wasn't a part of. He was a part of
series.
He was a part of the original team. Like if you see,
he was.
Yeah,
in that animated series.
He was a part of like Charles's first class because like they still had the pictures of him in that first class with Cyclops, Jean, Beast.
But even in the animes, yeah.
But they didn't show him really until I think he had like a 2-episode arc with Polaris.
Okay, that makes sense. That actually gives me a lot of clarity. So that makes because I was like, because at first I'm like they were missing folks, and then I'm like, okay. Nah, this is actually probably a continuation just because like they're not doing this for any reason.
Yeah.
I like how they use Morph to fill in a little bit.
Morph's cameos was kind of hard. That was definitely one of the highlights of the series for me. Morph's cameos because he gave us Hulk, he gave us Mr. Fantastic, Psylocke. He had Psylocke going crazy on Executioner.
He gave us magic.
He gave us magic too.
Yeah. He was
going crazy.
But you know, I already told you how I feel about the cameos, man.
Marco got mixed feelings about the cameos.
Why you showing us all these different characters for 5 seconds? You gonna do that?
They gotta get the hype up. They trying to just
Morph. I get Morph. That was a great way to show characters that ain't necessarily fit into the story, but
that are fan favorites.
Yeah, that was a good idea. But Captain America's made sense just because it was a national issue. But nah, don't tease me with Daredevil, Spider-Man. But man, Cloak and Dagger, come on, man. Like y'all, if y'all had some announcements coming after that,
but
like okay, now we finna put this. But nah, don't just please the fans from Twitter because that's what I saw.
Yeah,
that's what I saw. It was just like
crazy on the
like what
Peter and MJ was going crazy over like Peter finally.
And I don't forgive y'all because don't disrespect my boy Peter like that. Cap got a plot. Cap got plot. Y'all had Peter just do a couple flips and be like, okay, that's happening.
He was looking
what,
at the
bro?
Oh, man.
Come on now. This is y'all most like, or maybe they don't think that. I mean, the X-Men were iconic for that. That series was iconic for sure.
Really?
Maybe they don't know how many of us really love that animated.
I think they do because really the 90s and Marvel TV was like. It was carried by X-Men and it was carried by Spider-Man. Those were the two major series that was like really bringing in money. That's why they had like 5 seasons each.
Right.
The Iron Man series was on like maybe 2 seasons.
Iron Man was hard.
Four series on like 2 seasons.
I watched that. I watched Iron Man.
Those was the cash cows, but I feel like there's a possibility that we can get Spider-Man 98. I would definitely want to see that.
I ain't gonna hold you. I saw something.
I saw
they asked the creator something. I don't know if it was the creator or the head of shows, but they asked somebody and they were like that they feel like the X-Men are gonna run the 90s for now.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just wondering like, is this something stopping them? Like there is no way that they don't know how big that would be if they brought back that Spider-Man.
I don't think it's that they don't think it's big.
But maybe it is rights with Spider-Man.
Yeah, because they got all the Sony still has Spider-Man, so
you never know, that animated Spider-Man might be a whole.
They got to do the deals because they already got Spider-Man freshman year coming out for Disney Plus, so that's probably why they don't really.
Right, I'm interested to see that
and
too.
Then still got Tom Holland in the MCU, so it's a lot of Spider-Man content coming out in the next couple of years. So maybe they just want to hold off and get the X-Men a shot before we bring them into the live action for real.
Facts.
I mean, we gonna get a little teaser Wolverine and Deadpool, but
you dig.
X-Men live action MCU is a little ways. We got a couple years still, so
yeah, couple more years.
By far, my favorite moment from the show so far has got to be R.I.P. my boy Gambit. R.I.P. I didn't even know that. I didn't know they was gonna kill. I didn't know they was gonna kill Gambit. I didn't see that, and it's crazy. I usually see deaths coming. No, I saw it coming. I saw it coming because they were setting up. They set up the whole Rogue and Magneto affair thing. So everybody know Rogue and Gambit is.
That's lame.
Everybody, but it's really not though because it's.
I felt so bad. I was like,
they definitely hold my boy.
Maybe it was because I'm not. I wasn't up to date in the original series. I hadn't seen it in so long to be reminded of Rogue and Magneto's relationship. They didn't put that in there.
No, that wasn't even in there.
Because I knew of it in the comics for sure. I knew it in the comics, but I'm like, I know y'all ain't gonna do this now.
But yeah,
like they blessed Magneto in this show. They done gave this man the school and Rogue. Come on, that boy Gambit ain't deserve that.
So yeah, they did my boy Gambit.
It just hit me again. Y'all really took this man, girl, and killed him. Y'all ain't right.
So, but yeah, Gambit went out like a G, took out the monster syndrome with the classic line. The name's Gambit. More than me remember it. Took that man out, man. I think I stopped the show as soon as that happened and like just stop. I had to pause for like 2 minutes because I was like, I can't believe y'all did that to my man.
Like, come on now. Bro.
He went out like a real one, but he coming back. He coming back though.
You gotta come
y'all
back.
Seen the end of the show.
They gotta treat the show like the comics. I don't like.
They gotta give it time to
the live action. They could do the live action, but folks it would just cause too much commotion amongst folks. But these cartoons,
action,
kill them off, bring them back, do whatever. That's how this works. That's how this works.
Actors, like, if you kill my character off, I'm going to do something else. But in the animated series, you can bring them back as much.
But the thing is, it's like they can do that in live action, but it would just be too much feedback.
It's too much going. It's too much back and forth.
They switched Rhodey with it. We already talked about that last episode. They switched Rhodey with a skull, and y'all acting like they just betrayed everything. Like what? If I had that mindset with the comics, I'd get my heart broke every day, but they be killing these folks. They be killing these folks, boy. They be doing anything. They'll be right back next week.
Not get too attached to characters.
Like, they'll be
gone
and they'll be back, man. They gonna be back. They gonna be back. That's all you gotta.
But yeah, that's definitely number one. And then
Gambit dying. Gambit dying was like that.
Rogue's little tirade across the country. When she went Gyrick. She went to find trash, and she did my boy Cap. She did my boy Cap so dirty. She threw that shield to Timbuktu.
Come on now. Hold on, pause though. That's not the shield from my show, by the way.
Yeah, it's not.
Mine a little older. I think mine's Winter Soldier.
It's that Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
You did.
It's Sam's.
It's a little newer than the food. My boy Johnny put up on me with the relics. But I was about to say she definitely had a he who would not be named scene. Mm-hmm. But just so y'all can get it, she definitely had a Superman scene. Yeah. She definitely went Superman on them folks.
She definitely went crazy.
I ain't like, but the thing is, I tweeted this too. Like, Rogue is really one of the scariest characters for me.
By far one of the most dangerous characters in all
because in the comics and animated shows, they don't always show where she got her powers from.
Yeah, no.
I might have said it last episode too. Like, bruh, like Rogue is dangerous because I'm like, brother, she just beat up because she get. They said that these powers came from Captain Marvel.
Yeah, the
original.
She fought Captain Marvel when back when Rogue was still a villain. Technically, she fought Captain Marvel and almost killed Carol for real.
Right,
she really almost killed her, but
so
she held on long enough to like permanently take her powers.
That's why I feel like I gotta figure out because it's like I know she retains some and she does it. So I'm like, did she like control how much she retains? Or
I mean, when she
pops up with powers, I'm like, did she just go beat up a random villain? It was like, hold on, need this.
I think like as she evolved further in the comics, she gets more control over her powers. Like she can actually touch people without taking their powers, and she can like manage how long she holds on. But I think because her powers were so like new and raw when she fought Carol, it was just like adverse. Like she held on long enough that it was like a permanent effect. Right. Because I mean, and who knows what happened? Because Carol powers is cosmic, so you don't know what happened to her DNA. Doing cosmic DNA with a mutant. I mean, we seen how powerful Jean was when she got the Phoenix. So Rogue is definitely like scary to people to think. So I gotta put some respect on my baby Marie.
I ain't gonna hold you. Favorite moment for me was probably the Attack of the Seven. It was like just cause the anticipation that I had. You know, you see the Watcher pop up when the episode first starts off. You know, if you read comics, if you know the movies, if you caught up on whatever, you know if the Watcher is there, something is about to go down. Like you already know, the Watcher is there. He don't even pop up. He ain't there to eat popcorn with you, bro.
Nah, he there to watch and document.
Man, I'm like, as soon as I seen that, and I'm waiting the whole episode to see what's going on, like. And then the CK will come back and try to warn. I'm like, okay, so how they gonna do this? Because of course, like I think you probably might be more knowledgeable of this storyline in the comics. Because I really never. Yeah, I was wondering how they were, like what the event was gonna be, and then of course they had the super. What was that? What's the super Sentinel called?
The Sentinel Prime or the
Sentinel Prime? Master Mode.
Master Mode. And
Master Mode. Yeah, Master Mode attacked. And they killed what it was like decimate. It was almost decimation. Like not gonna hold you like.
Yeah, I think that was definitely good. And I love the way they set up Bastion throughout the series because it was like they really had this. You really didn't know who was the villain until the last couple episodes.
I ain't gonna hold you. They did a better explanation of who Bastion was.
Yeah, they gave a real good. They gave a real good like explanation of his backstory. And they tweaked it a little bit, I think, from the comics, but it was still. I enjoyed it a lot.
To have it coincide with their story,
and then still drag all the way back to Professor X, how he was supposed to be like one of the first X-Men because he thought he was a mutant. But yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I think Bastion is definitely like a really compelling villain, and I'm glad that we got to see just the extreme that humanity would go to eradicate these mutants.
Right.
And it's just like, it's crazy. I always say the X-Men is not superheroes. They are refugees trying to survive in the world for real.
Right.
They just trying to protect themselves and protect people if they can, but they're not superheroes, and that's what a lot of people get misconstrued. Like,
this series did a great job of really showing how all that scrutiny and
how it can affect you.
Yeah, like
after a while, it weighs
you saw
down.
How they felt. Magneto, that first, like,
you can see the emotion.
That first scene when he was talking to them folks in the House of Representatives, wherever they at.
Yeah, the UN, when he took him up in the sky.
Man, what I'm talking about? That was one of them. That was a moment. That probably that probably tops that Attack of the Sentinels for me.
He definitely had.
The first was when Magneto gave him that warning because that was such a cold. Cold warning.
He had the craziest monologue of the whole series, probably.
Like that was so
I can
cold.
really drop y'all. Don't make me
like, come on now.
Man, but yeah, it was a wild ride. But seeing this other side of Magneto and how much he really do care about mutant society, and like Magneto really never really been a villain. He just didn't care about the means to get to the goal. And after a while, after you oppress people so long, they can only take so much before they start pushing back.
I ain't gonna hold you. I gotta disagree. Magneto is a villain.
Magneto
is a villain.
Cause he really do hate you.
I see where he comes from. I have sympathy because he went through the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. He
my boy is a villain. My boy is a villain.
I can feel
that. My boy is a villain. That man ripped all the metal from you.
Man, and that's I never thought I would ever see that.
It was crazy. They ain't do that. I mean, it's cool they put it in there, but they ain't do it right. They didn't do it enough to where everybody could really know what happened. Like if you
because they cut it off.
And you knew what happened in the comics and
they cut it off right before.
You know what I'm saying?
But see the aftermath.
Nah, they ain't. I mean, I don't blame them. That would have been gruesome.
It would have been way better.
That would have been gruesome. So they know they got some kids.
You still got to play the all different
They ain't show how they supposed to have bruh screaming because I knew what was going. That's why I was like,
they cut off the screen like right at the right
y'all
before they started.
Don't know, Magneto ripped all the adamantium from Wolverine's body.
And then gave us one of the coldest comic runs ever. Feral Wolverine. Because people forget that Wolverine is low-key weaker with his adamantium. because the adamantium is poisoning him, like while it's in his body. His main power is his healing factor. So the adamantium low-key slows his healing factor, but it keeps him more sane. So when he lost the adamantium, he started going more feral, back to more animalistic. But
I think I might have actually read, like, now that you jog on me, I actually read that I did. Like, now I do remember that was the era of Wolverine.
Yeah,
like that's
way back with the bone claws. But he was way stronger because he could take more damage. He could heal way faster. He could heal from worse stuff. And it's a crazy comic. I'm just not really getting into it from on the comic side, but Marco blessed me with a comic earlier this week, so I got to get through the whole series. And
I gotta tap in and read more of that era too. But Magneto. We ran into the comic that
they taking
inspiration from. Yep.
Operation Zero Tolerance.
Yep. I'm about to say, I'll let you explain some of this or where this is going or where they're coming from.
From what I remember,
he has a little more knowledge than me on where they're going with this in the comics.
Yeah, from what I remember, it's similar to what they did in the show. Magneto had Asteroid M. He had got tired humans again. He had gave them their last chance. Tried to stand on trial and get him the benefit of the doubt because Charles was gone. But they played with his good graces. So he did his massive electromagnetic thing and turned off the whole world. So the X-Men had to fight him to get it back on. But he was at the point where he's like, I'm tired of listening to you, Charles. I'm tired of trying to follow your dream. They never gonna learn.
Okay, so they really just tweaked. They tweaked the story a little bit. That's tough.
It's still Nimrod and Bastion. I think are still the major villains in that series. But the best thing that it sets up is Onslaught, because in order to get Magneto to fix the world, Charles Xavier has to go in and forcefully activate his powers.
Oh, that was the last episode.
That was in that.
But he was trying to shut him down, right?
He was trying to. Get him to turn his powers back, turn the power of the world.
Yeah, turn the power. Okay, yeah. So, I was about to say, was he?
Charles psychic blast him on like a different level than we ever seen for real, and really took over his whole mind. But a piece of Magneto's ego ended up fusing with Charles Xavier's consciousness, and it birthed this otherworldly entity called Onslaught, and he probably one of the most dangerous villains in Marvel, to be honest with you. He's stronger. He got the powers of Magneto and Charles Xavier plus 10, 12 other powers, and he's just so overpowered. Like, it really took the entire Marvel universe to take him down in the comics.
I was telling you the other day that I never really knew much about really knew much about Onslaught. Mm-hmm. So the fact that it's actually surprising that this series leads into that, so I'm interested.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get into maybe season 3.
I'm gonna read the comics for sure, but
I doubt we'll.
What do you think? Are we not going?
Not right into.
You think they're gonna continue into that though?
I think so. I think we'll probably get it around season 3 when we get that far. But the next season they set up Apocalypse. So
season 3 though. Do I want to be seeing 90s X-Men on the season 3? They better bring me. I want to see the new X-Men, man. I need to see. I do want them. They I don't know. Y'all be wanting to see future stuff.
I think they said though that they are planning on bringing in more characters.
Yeah, it's like
as the seasons progress, there'll be more and more characters added to the team.
Fast forward 10 years, man. I love the 90s remixes, but I'm ready for the new.
I'm ready for some new content too. I think a lot of just production studios in general, Marvel, DC, all of that could really benefit from some new creative original stories. Right. It's so much content that we've already seen just reimagined, and yeah, I'm excited to see these other lesser characters get some shine.
I feel like it ain't
characters maybe get some shine that really are powerful that people don't really talk about too much because they don't got too much page time in the comics.
I feel like they want to, but I do feel them on the mixed reactions that they would get. Because it's like the characters that
the only people that's really gonna support it is like diehard fans.
Yeah. It's like I want to do. It's like I want to get a world megaphone and just be like, "Yo, all diehard fans, when this releases, support this." Because like y'all gotta realize that's the only way that we're gonna get
good content. Is if
and not to say it's not good content out there either, but if y'all want to get that content that y'all are wishing for, like just random superhero names out there with their own shows, we gotta support everything. Like we gotta watch everything. I don't know what's going on in these offices, but I do know that you gotta prove that you like something nowadays. And they taking shit right off the air if it's not if the general audience
if the ratings not there, they gonna pull the plug.
And I hate that too, because you think you're the general audience till your show get canceled and you like,
no, what happened, bro?
Nah,
what
man.
happened? Then you get left on cliffhangers.
Yeah, cause it's like I was just telling Ajani, man, I still need a live action teen drama, X-Men teen drama. Degrassi type vibes.
Would be so
come on now, y'all know that's
closest thing we ever got was X-Men Evolution, but
live action was a live action.
Live action was going.
Come on now, I'm talking about X-Men with the action, with the drama, with the relationships. It would go stupid with the new characters getting introduced. Come on now, secrets, all that, girl. Y'all, all the stuff y'all love, the secrets, the betrayals, all that. The X-Men get. Man, someone let me in the Marvel Studios, man. Please, bro. I got a couple ideas. Bring my boy Johnny with me, man. We just let us talk to y'all for a good 10 minutes, man.
I promise y'all.
Put some money in y'all pockets.
Promise y'all enjoy the conversation.
So who got favorite character for X-Men 97 for you?
MVP character for the season's Rogue, by far. Rogue is the MVP of X-Men 97, and it's not even close. Like, it's undisputed.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's a small. Rogue and
Magneto. She got busy.
Rogue
busy.
And Magneto is probably the only two contenders
for
real, but Rogue showed out. They gave us the backstory with her and Magneto. They gave us the drama between the triangle with her, Magneto, and Gambit. They gave us her rampage, her killing trash.
I was just about to say, she done went through it. She went through it. She done lost 2 people, killed 1 person. And
she was just fed up. She was like, I can't do it no more.
Mind you, that moment was too funny. They like, I bet what more he talking about is this what we doing now? This what we doing now?
This who we are.
Like, hello.
They was all shook like, oh, did she really just do that?
Morph had me dead, but the rest of them I was just like, bro, I don't know why y'all surprised. Y'all could have saved, bro.
Bro, they really could have
2, 3 of y'all can fly. 2, 3 of y'all can fly. Or
Gene could have saved
like,
so easily, but
y'all better stop.
But what happened was
shocked.
They all was thinking it. That's what Wolverine said. It was like she did the thing we was all thinking. Like, this nigga really killed so many mutants.
Yeah.
Like, we supposed to just let that slide?
Yeah.
Like, we can only be the bigger man so long.
They did just have me dead talking about it. Like, when they started complaining, I'm like, y'all could have flew. Like,
y'all could have stopped it.
But of course, he wasn't dead anyway.
Yeah. What? Turned it to the Sentinel Prime. The Sentinel Primes were crazy. Yeah.
I love how dark the series got. Like,
it was really,
of course, it started off with a lot of colors and light.
Yeah, it was real bright and
kind of bright. But I love how it really lets folks know that
and then
the
by
X-Men get real.
Episode 4 or 5, we really got to like, even it was really like that from the whole, it was little moments like that throughout the whole series. Like when Storm lost her powers in the 2nd episode.
Yeah.
I almost cried. Now, before we get into the next part, I got a little hypothetical for you. I saw this video on Instagram when I was scrolling last night. They said, out of these live action trilogies, which one would you get rid of for good? The Dark Knight trilogy, Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man trilogy, the Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Captain America trilogy, and then Tom Holland's trilogy of Spider-Man. Out of them 6, which one gotta go forever? I got my answer. So.
For the sit, I ain't gonna hold you just because I'm that ride or die. No disrespect, because I know it's one of them legendary trilogies, but just out of respect for my folks, get Dark Knight out of here. Just Table of M.
Yeah,
just Table of M. Just Table of Marvel.
I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? Love Dark Knight.
Dark Knight trilogy is crazy.
They did their thing. I forgot Christopher Nolan. Legendary forever for that series. But we already talking too much DC on here. I don't even do that. I don't even do that. But one had to go.
One had to go forever.
And you said Tom Holland.
Tom Holland
trilogy.
Tobey Maguire trilogy. Guardians of the Galaxy, Cap, and Iron Man. We can take Dark Knight. We can take Dark Knight out of it. Out of those 5.
I don't even know why you brought him out.
That was the video. That's the only thing.
We don't even speak. It's okay, guys. He don't know we don't speak on the other folks over here for real. But I ain't gonna hold you. I'm only answer this just cause I'm here with you. It ain't really
There's
true.
No real answer.
It ain't really true. But Guardians gotta go.
What?
Only cause the Raimi trilogy, you need that. Mm-hmm. I don't think some of these movies would be possible without the Raimi trilogy. I ain't hyping it up like folks hype up the first movie, like say it's the best movie on earth. But it is needed. It was essential to superhero movies. I feel. Yeah, you feel me? Cap, that's my favorite. Captain America: Winter Soldier, my favorite movie.
Best Marvel movie.
And also, I love the kid. Y'all know I'm an MCU Cap fan, so I'm always vote for that trilogy. Iron Man trilogy, too hard. That's also a trilogy you can't get rid of because it's like that started off the MCU. It really jump started it. And then who else you had?
Tom Holland.
Yeah. I was about to say I already said Tom, but that's the only thing. That's the only reason why Guardians. Because if I took it away.
It wouldn't change the MCU,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like Tom.
I don't know.
It's like Tom. Y'all be hating on.
Tom is a great
Spider-Man. His bag. My boy has an awesome trilogy, and it's finna have. I don't even know what it's called when you do 6 movies, but my boy finna get the biggest Spider-Man bag of all time.
He gonna get it because he young enough for it, and he big enough for it.
Man, what? My boy deserve it, bro. He been on it. My boy, it was crazy. I knew. I ain't gonna say I knew, but even from the first movie, like I was never hating. I was always just like,
I was always open for that.
He just need that dog in him. Like I know when I saw Venom, I was like, Venom hard. I don't know how Tom Holland would go against him right now, but he might need like after No Way Home.
Yeah.
After No Way Home,
he could definitely hang.
Hell yeah.
He could definitely hang.
You feel me? Because my boy had to get that dog in him. Had to get Aunt May killed.
Yeah, he had to have his tragic moment.
You feel me? Had to get slammed through 3 floors. Body slam. That boy Green Goblin was ruthless. Come on now.
Me personally, I love all the Marvel, but for movie wise, like just purely based on like each movie in the trilogy, I gotta say Iron Man gotta go. I gotta say it. I hate to say it, but because Iron Man 1 is amazing, but by the time you get to Iron Man 3, it kind of lose you. If you look at it, if you watch it as a trilogy, it kind of loses you as you get to the end of season, as you get to the end of 2, and then going into 3, it kind of loses you. But I feel like Guardians is
the third. I guess the third movie did get.
The third one
was hard.
It was enjoyable. It was enjoyable.
I see what you saying.
In terms of context to the MCU, it was so
context to the trilogy.
It was so off, left field.
Yeah, I feel you. But I feel like you gotta. Extremist is a big part of Iron Man.
But they never like played on it anymore. Like they set up AIM and then never gave us AIM again. AIM is like one of the biggest criminal organizations.
They just now talking about
Marvel.
Bringing Justin Hammer back.
That's what I'm saying.
Fact, they had some big names in there.
They did not do nothing with Hive, and I was like, Hive was really like a big villain.
I don't know though. I don't know. That Iron Man 1 and 2 is
Iron Man 1 and 2 is both heat.
Both essential.
They both heat. They both
like
essential.
Iron Man 1, the classic started off and then
everything.
And then that Iron Man 2 was crazy. I feel like folks hate on Iron Man 2, but War Machine was too hard. That race, I still watch that to this day. That race car.
I just watched Iron Man 2 the other day.
That race car shoot up scene.
Yeah, the suit. Man, too crazy. But out of the other trilogies listed, Captain America is a perfect trilogy in my opinion. Guardians is almost a near perfect trilogy. The final Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Nah. Just because I put Guardians of the Galaxy out, don't mean
they
you know what I'm
don't
saying?
win.
That was a great trilogy.
Great trilogy.
Great
but,
trilogy.
You can't take Sam Raimi Spider-Man out because then you mess up the continuity for Tom Holland trilogy because you don't get you don't get Toby coming back.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was a hard decision for me to say that, but out of those, movie for movie, I think Iron Man is the weaker link in the chain. But love Robert Downey Jr.
Budget called Robert Downey Jr. The weak link. I wish Bo was here. That boy was throwing the fit.